It's Monday, April 29th, 2024, and I'm going to try to give a real quick weekend recap. Friday, I went to my backup AMC and did a double feature and saw the movie We Grown Now and gave it a 5 out of 5. I also saw the movie Boy Kills World and I gave it a 5 out of 5 as well. I also did the song music cover to the song "Coming of Age" by Sammy. Um, and I did like two versions of it. The first version should have actually given me a copyright strike on TikTok, but I'm glad it didn't. But the second version wasn't actually my best, and I still posted both of them. It's like, well, whatever. Um, Saturday, I went back to my backup AMC because my main AMC didn't have a Showtime convenience for the movie Unsung Hero, which I gave it a 5 out of 5. So for me to be happy and learn how to take my power back, I just have to change my routine around. And luckily for that, I was able to find some sunglasses at this new store called Painted Tree Boutiques. And they just opened like a couple of weeks ago, and I had circled around the same general area a couple of times, and then it was like God. I think God finally was helping me lead me to look closer, look again. You know what I'm saying? That just because the store had mostly small businesses that were catered to women, in the midst of all of these women's glasses, I saw a pair of glasses that might have been unisex, and I had to make sure I asked the sales associate. I was like, "Are these unisex or whatever?" Because in my mind, I'm thinking, "Are these men's glasses, pretty much?" So I didn't want to like leave the store wearing women's glasses and assume that I could just wear wear them or whatever. But then again, it was like, I think the idea for me was to kind of hide my eye infection, which popped. It's like a blood vessel popped or whatever. It's slowly healing. But I think the idea for me was try to hide my face, so to speak, especially when I'm greeting on Sunday morning. But I just let it be. But yes, Saturday night, I went to church for worship. The sermon was called "The Power of One." It was preached by one of my favorite pastors. He did a in person preaching, and then Sunday morning, all of the locations pretty much got it via video except the main location. Um, I pretty much came back home and chilled and did my little cleaning and whatnot. Today, I went to get my monthly Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Um, and then I still was trying to get out of jury duty or whatever the case may be, which is next Monday, I believe. But I'm just gonna have to just give it to God or whatever the case may be, and hopefully not have to serve at all. Because when somebody is pretty much telling you no, you still forcing them to go anyway or whatever the case, or just show up anyway, and then you're deep diving into their personal business as to why they're telling you no, and then you automatically deny them anyway while having some type of um statute against them to possibly be held in contempt of court or things of that nature. How I don't know how that works, but whatever. Um, But yeah, it's like in society, whether it's court, whether it's work, or whatever, it's like you even try to like stand up for yourself and you just be like no, and people still try to force you to do what they want you to do when you actually told them no, or whatever the case may be. Um, but yeah, I feel led to talk about distractions. Basically, I know that I'm dealing with distractions. I just needed the, confirmation or some type of insight or, signed from God to use somebody. And I pretty much heard the word distractions twice. Like I was on a live listening to a apostle, prophet, or whatever, not really knowing if he would, I asked him for prayer or whatever, not really knowing if he would actually give me some type of insight on what's going on. But yeah, of course, I know the enemy is using a lot of distractions, and especially not just with me, but what a lot of other people and things of that nature. Um, for me, apparently, it's more from emotional warfare, which I could see that being the case. You just want to, like for me, I don't want to just be right about stuff. I just want to know, am I on the right track, or whatever the case may be? Am I doing it right, wrong? You know what I'm saying? Um, Not so much as feeling like I have to be rebuked or belittled just to seek for answers, um, about what my situation is and what I'm going through spiritually, and how to fight back or change the way I do things, or whatever the case may be, and be able to hear from God myself. Yeah, the enemy is doing a lot of unforeseen things behind the scenes that, only God knows what's going on. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really the type of person that just want to see God as an idol, or just be in prayer and worship for hours on end, days on end, and stuff like that. It's like, for me, it's like I can't be isolated all day. Yeah, I'm a prophet. I don't care about having to be isolated and stuff like that, or being in my little cave. I guess you want to say I'm over here like trying to come out of my cave, and be able to engage the general public for a couple hours at best, or whatever. While also doing my best to tap into my creativity and my talents and things of that nature, and somehow listen for God and see God about myself. You know, um, Instead of like feeling like I don't know who to reach out to, or who can see me in the spirit and tell me what's wrong or what's going on, versus telling me to speak in tongues and read this scripture, this, that, and sometimes you just need people to come alongside you and help you where you lack something. Like for me, like serving jury duty, I'm healing, I'm on my little spiritual journey. You don't need to know why I need to be excused or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm learning how to embrace confrontation without allowing it to afflict my triggers that affect my health and all of that other stuff. And basically, regardless of whether I'm having to take it personal or not, it's like, it's personal for me when I'm standing up for myself, especially as a man learning how to find my voice. And I feel like a lot of people don't have human compassion, whether it's court, jobs, or people in general. It's like you have to have human compassion, and not, put all of these stipulations on them, or having to have a doctor's excuse and things of that nature, or claim religious reasons and stuff like that. Like if somebody tells you no for this exact certain reason, or this, that, and the other, then you need to accept the no, not use manipulation or threaten them with their job or jail, or paying a fine or whatever. For me to be a good person, model citizen, serve my community, like right now, I don't want to be bothered. You know, I'm over here praying that next month is a better month for me. And I don't want to keep praying for every month to be a better month for me, whether it's financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, creatively, vibrationally. But at the same time, just slowly learn how to pick, pick, learn how to pick different ways of reaching God, I guess. Like the Apostle Prophet was like, bind your mind to my mind, or whatever the case may be, when it comes to God, and giving God permission over your mind and stuff like that. Because the enemy likes to attack you in general, like me, you, whoever, people in general, through people, places, and things. And a lot of my emotions probably are just like suppressed, because men aren't supposed to cry and get mad and this, that, and the other. And a lot of my past hurts and trauma is slowly, coming out, or I may have put it to the side and don't realize it, And it's like I'm just trying to unclutter my life, get my life back together. And like, I'm not a perfect person. God is working on me and things of that nature. But at the same time, just make sure I'm having the help behind it. Like, yeah, be honest, but don't be so brutally honest where you are putting me down, basically, for no reason, just because you're right, or what you're talking about, or whatever the case may be. Like, people don't like being judged. I don't like being judged. I think I'm used to it for the most part, and I do my best to not judge others, regardless of what's going on with them and this, that, and the other. But yeah, like, distractions, they are there. You just need to know what's going on. Like, is it something you're doing right, something you're doing wrong, or whatever the case may be? Because I thank God for helping me keep going when I could literally crash and give up. So I'm like, hey, one day at a time. Like tomorrow, I get my haircut. I get my monthly haircut. I think tomorrow's also Chipotle week. So yeah, every 2 weeks I go to a local taco place, and then in the other 2 weeks I go to Chipotle because they're near me. They're a part of my routine. I might go to the grocery store tomorrow. Who knows? As long as God provides. But yeah, it's like, hey, I'm learning how to get out of my comfort zone, preparing for my next, so I can be, stable mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, creatively, vibrationally, and all of that. If it's a spirit in my life that I need to tackle, I need to know how to get rid of it. I don't want to just be told to fast and pray and this, that, and the other. Da, 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 da. And then I'm learning different tactics to reach God a different way, and I had to pray the same thing or do something a certain way or this, that, and the other. I'm learning how to get rid of the old clutter where it's stuff on my counter probably that could go in a cabinet or drawer or something of that nature, or just been sitting there for probably a couple years in the same spot and I don't realize it. Like, yeah, it's like I know I need to stop hoarding stuff or whatever the case may be, but it's like one day at a time. I'm not necessarily lazy, but at the same time, yeah, I've been lazy or I've overlooked it. It's like, well, I'll just get to it whenever. You know, yeah, like a lot of stuff carries energy. It's like somebody gives you food or a gift or a business card or a piece of paper, opinions and things. Like stuff carries energy and whatnot. So yeah, it's like if I want the new, I gotta get rid of the old. One day at a time, one step at a time, one vision, an insight at a time. Get rid of the old to make way for the new. You know, um, Probably when the money comes, I'll eventually get get my apartment cleaned up better. I don't know, or find a way to get rid of the old stuff that I don't really wear or need anymore, or find a way to sell whatever that I need to sell or donate XYZ. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, like I thank God for everything pretty much. I thank God for helping me to keep going for what I have, for what my heart's desire, being able to find a way to get past everything and overcome it all one day at a time. One day at a time. Duran, you're doing great, bro. Yeah. You're doing great. You're making a lot of progress. I'm proud of you. You know, I've literally come a long way when I didn't anticipate not necessarily, getting this far, I guess. I've been through a lot and I don't really act like it. I don't really complain, honestly. I don't really get to vent a lot anyway. Um, but yeah, I might actually name my daily post distractions since I'm making it on the same day as the post. But yeah, yeah, it's like don't be so hard on yourself and don't let people take advantage of you either. You know, if you gotta, if people have removed themselves out of your life, or God has removed them out of your life, or you have removed them out of your life, just go with it. Go with the flow. Because, like me, I want to get to my promised land. I want little baby and the bros and all of them to like holler at me. Like I still have to have some type of vision and creativity and dream behind my future, and not be depressed and having a constant endure test after test, trial after trial, tribulation after tribulation. I'm learning how to take it in stride. Whether I have to get high to get by, or just scream at the top of my lungs or whatever, get in my little closet and be like start screaming, or start yelling for God to help. It's like, or something of that nature, or something like that. But yeah, it's a process. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, I'm a prophet, like, celebrity life coach, entertainer, trillionaire, and so much more. It's not easy. It's a process. Yeah, I don't want the attention, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I want some attention. Can you see me? Can you see me? Or can you not see me? Do I have to buy the little blue check? The little blue check mark? Woo! Every month, Lord, thank you, God. Whenever God gives me the insight for that, it's like I do my best to be a happy person, even when the outside looking in, I'm not really happy. I'm learning how to, get back into this momentum of where I can visualize my future, still believe in myself, and keep showing up. I mean, hey, I don't really expect a lot. It doesn't take a lot to please me, or whatever the case may be. I love to make money or whatever, but at the same time, I'm not really, trying to be greedy about it unless I'm, helping other people who cannot help me. I guess I don't know what to say. I'm just like going off the top of my head or whatever's in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, it's like I can't help people if they're not really willing to have, help themselves or put a plan in place or things of that nature. Um, yeah, it's like I have a timeline. I don't have a timeline, but it's like for me, it's like, what is your 5 year plan? I can actually literally tell you what my goals and things are, or whatever the case may be, that I've probably written down, but you would never actually invest in me or come alongside me until I've actually made it manifest. It's like I don't need cheerleaders when I make it. I need cheerleaders while I'm going through the process as witnesses and things of that nature, and not people who just seem to have disappeared and suddenly come back into my life. Be like, well, I can't see everybody's post, and if I'm thinking about you, God has actually probably put you on my heart and spirit and on my mind for a reason. So like, if I'm reaching out to you, I'm gonna probably end up doing it because God put you on my mind. Not so much as to want something from you or whatever the case may be. It's like, hey, check on this person XYZ. I talk to one guy every day through text message, and he tells me his problems. You know what I'm saying? And I don't actually judge him. He's probably 40s, has a child or whatever, and he gets it. Like we're a lot of us are slow and things of that nature. We have these issues that we may have had people around us, or we may not have had people around me, to where like we all need somebody to talk to and just vent to. Um, he has bad habits or whatever the case may be. I could manipulate him into someone into my life, but I don't want to. Even if he buys a pair of shoes all the time or whatever the case may be, when he could just be saving it for his child or sewing into me, or saving it for emergency money or whatever the case may be. I really want people to live their best life and be happy. Not so much as being judgmental or things of that nature, where if somebody does something different about themselves or whatever the case may be, I'm learning to look past that, look at the heart, and let them live. People don't want to let me live, but they want to live through me as if I'm that special. You know what I'm saying? While I might have the less of them, spiritually I'm higher ranking than they are in the natural. So yeah, I thank God for everything. Hopefully May is a better month. Hopefully, great things come out of going through all of these detoxes and whatever the case may be. I'm actually doing the work. I'm showing up. I'm seeking God or whatever the case may be. Sometimes I lose focus. Yeah, I lose focus. And I may not realize it, you know, but I still show up for myself. I still motivate myself and do my, even if the arthritis is making me feel like an old man, it's like, yeah, you might think I'm an able-bodied person or normal person, but I'm not. I deal with a lot of allergies and a lot of unknown underlying health issues and things of that nature. And I'm like just trying to live my best, doing my best actually to live my best life. Whether like if you see me at the club or something, don't say nothing. That's not your business. It's like, oh, ain't that dude supposed to be a preacher? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because like when I was younger, I didn't get to enjoy my life. I had to be the man of the house, take care of everybody and their mama, take care of the neighborhood kids, pretty much, and things like that, and watch the house. I barely had a social life outside of school, outside of work, and things like that. So yeah, don't take advantage of me or don't be mean to me if I'm not being mean to you. You know, be man enough to confront me for the right reason, not because you're jealous or whatever case, or you're scared to do what I'm doing when I'm pretty much scared to do it too. But God got me out of my comfort zone. So yeah, you need a hype man, you need a rapper, songwriter, singer, whatever. You want to go on tour? Let's do it, bro. You need an actor? Let's do it, bro. I don't really change for real. I do my best. I'm pretty much the same person across the board. My main AMC, my backup AMC, church, Starbucks locations, Crown Center, downtown, Crossroads, on the bus drivers, definitely transit drivers, streetcar drivers and staff, community leaders and things, and politicians and things of that nature. I'm pretty much the same person across the board. You know, I don't I don't look to be fake and things of that nature, or wanna be, or whatever. I just pray for people to come alongside me and actually want to help and invest in me the same way I want to reciprocate into your life. For me to care about you, your kids, and your future, and generational wealth, and things of that nature. I really am the real deal. You just have to see that, you know, and I had to see that too. But I think I'm gonna leave that with, yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there and give it to God, and hopefully something good came out of this long message and brings glory unto God. Hashtag Blue Shield.